Hi guys, I'm Mars. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I clean my Gossamers from Lashify. I went on the Lashify website to see if maybe they have a product that can be used for cleaning your Gossamers, or maybe that they even share a technique on how to clean them, but I was not able to find anything like that. If they do have a cleaning product for their Gossamers, it's pretty well hidden, but I'm guessing that they don't, and it kind of makes sense being that they promote their Gossamers to last up to 2 weeks. So if you're one of those people who wears your Gossamers for 2 weeks, you may not want to reuse them after that, or you may not be able to, depending on your lifestyle. Like if you are in muggy, humid weather, if a lot of water hits your face and your lashes while you're showering, or if you sleep on your face, your lashes might not be reusable after the 2 weeks. I take off my Gossamers daily, so I definitely need to be able to reuse them, because that is a lot of money to be throwing in the garbage if you don't reuse them. This method is super easy, and it allows me to actually reuse my Gossamers anywhere between 6 and 10 times depending on the style of the Gossamers. You will learn that certain styles last longer, and that's due to the thickness of the bands of the Gossamers. So the style A, B, and C, Amplify, Bold, and Curl, are actually on the thinner side when it comes to their band, so they don't last as long usually. But the other styles like D, E, and F, they're pretty thick when it comes to the band, and they do last a long time. But anyway, let's get to the cleaning. Alright, so let's get to cleaning the Gossamers. Just a few things that you're going to need. A couple of pieces of paper towel. I actually took one piece and cut it in half. You're going to need rubbing alcohol. I have 91% alcohol from Walgreens. You can use a lesser concentration. 70%, 60% is fine. It just will take a few minutes longer. With the lesser concentration, you'll need a container. I have these little jars that I just picked up from like a beauty supply store for like $1.49. Honestly, you can get these at a local discount store. These are great because they actually have a top and they can be closed. I don't always clean my Gossamers daily. I take them off daily, but I don't clean them. So I have multiple of these little containers or jars, because I don't like to mix up my Gossamers too much. So in this container, I know I have the B12 and the F14 Gossamers, and they're pretty easy to tell apart. And in this container, I have the D14. You will also need something to pick up your Gossamers with and actually hold them down with. So I'll be using the same tool that I use to apply my Gossamers. You could use a tweezer. If you have the Control Fuse wand from Lashify, you can obviously use that. This works perfect for me. And you will need a brush. This brush is actually used for nail art, but any old brush will do. The longer the bristles and the more sparse the bristles, the better, in my opinion. And if you can pick up a white brush, if you're using black adhesive, you will actually be able to see the adhesive come off your Gossamers as you're using this. If you don't have a brush like this, any discount store in like the art department or art section will have these. If that's not an option, Amazon has like a million of these. They're super cheap, or you can get them on eBay. If you don't want to spend any money, then I'll say just kind of find an old makeup brush that you don't use and try it with that. So to begin with, what we do is take some alcohol and actually spray it into the container, and kind of make sure that the Gossamers are submerged in alcohol. You don't need too much, but just enough so that way they are kind of getting soaked in there. It really takes a few minutes. You don't want to leave the Gossamers soaking in alcohol for too long, because that will weaken the band that they are attached to, and they might actually fall apart, which is something that we don't want. So really, like 5 minutes is good enough. Okay, so after about 5 minutes of the gossamer soaking in rubbing alcohol, you want to start taking them out one by one. Use your tweezer or whatever tool you'll be using to take them out. Place the gossamer onto the paper towel. I take my little brush and actually dip it in the alcohol and start gently kind of rubbing the alcohol through the length of the gossamer, as well as kind of taking off whatever glue has now loosened up. Alright, and that is a clean gossamer. I'm gonna place this on the paper towel to kind of dry, and it really takes only a few minutes for the alcohol to evaporate, and you go on to the next one. And again, we're going to repeat the process with all of them. This is like the easiest thing ever, and also, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I don't do this every night because I'm lazy, but I do clean them before I reuse them. So sometimes they'll sit in a little jar for a few days before I actually clean them, and it really doesn't affect them. They just kind of chill there and wait for me. These are two gossamers attached to one another. Let's put them apart. Right. And honestly, after they dry off, after the alcohol evaporates, you can just plop them back into their cases with no issues. So you're going to continue basically doing this until you clean all of them. And when you're ready to reuse them, reapply them, you will have no issues. There will be no stickiness, no tackiness. So they're going to be really easy to work with. Again, there's no way I'm using these once and tossing them. They're not cheap. So yeah. So let me just show you. This is the paper towel that we've been using to clean them. The black spots are just basically the adhesive. So that is it. That is all there is to cleaning these. Alright you guys, so that is pretty much it. I hope you found this video useful. If you learned something, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please link me below. I will answer your questions. I really hope that you try this method out. It's really amazing because it does allow you to reuse your gossamers over and over again instead of wasting money. Come back to my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.